Welcome to Efficient Tax's video on navigating our website. We're going to give you an overview of the tools and features available to you through efficienttax.com. Let's start by showing you three important education elements available to the public without logging in. The first element is the home page video, accessible on the right-hand column of our home page. It gives a quick overview of the principles and capabilities of Efficient Tax. The second element is the Efficient Tax and Overview document directly below the home page video. This one-page document will further introduce you to the concepts and capabilities of Efficient Tax and the Efficient Tax Portfolio Optimizer. The third and final element is our education library, as shown here. It contains all your need-to-know documents and videos in the order they should be viewed. The Education Library also includes a glossary for terminology that is new to you, or if you just need clarification. So let's get started by signing in. Enter username, enter password, and then check the I have read and accept the terms and conditions box and press the Login button. Now that we are logged in, we can start a portfolio. First, click on the Portfolios tab on the left. This will bring you to the Portfolios Available page. From here, you can enter tax lots. There are two ways to enter tax lots to create a portfolio. You can import tax lots from a file or add tax lots manually. Let's start by creating a new portfolio and adding tax lots manually. We are first going to create a new portfolio at the bottom of the Portfolios Available page by entering the portfolio name Adam Smith and by clicking the Create button. Then on the same page, once the new portfolio appears above, click the Edit Defaults button for the Adam Smith portfolio so that you can review the investor and portfolio defaults for this particular investor and make any appropriate changes. Efficient Tax provides starting defaults for new users, but these should be reviewed and modified by the user based upon their own particular fact set. Let's change the state of residency from none to New York. This will add the New York State income tax rates into the calculation of an investor's total marginal tax rate by adding to the federal tax rate 1 minus the federal tax rate times the state tax rate. This adds the state tax rate to the impact of selling a stock, recognizing that state taxes are deductible for federal tax purposes. New York City residents should add to the amount of New York State taxes any local capital gains tax rates. Then click the Save Defaults button. Thereafter, these default values will be used whenever this portfolio is selected, until the default values are changed or the user overrides them on the Efficient Tax Portfolio Optimizer Analysis input screen. Once default values are saved, the user is sent back to the Portfolios Available page where they may select the portfolio to add purchased tax lots manually. After a portfolio is selected, a user may add a new tax lot by clicking the Add a New Tax Lot button. Enter the ticker of the tax lot. If it's a publicly traded security, then check the box. This will allow for the retrieval of market-delayed pricing. If you don't click the box, the purchase that is saved and added to a portfolio will be categorized as a private company as opposed to a publicly traded one, and therefore pricing and price targeting expectations will have to be independently assessed, inputted, and saved, if so desired, prior to an Efficient Tax Portfolio Optimizer analysis being run. Then input the total cost of the lot, which is the total cost of the shares purchased on a particular day at a particular price, including any commissions paid. Then enter the number of shares of the individual tax lot bought on that purchase date. Then input the correct purchase date. Then press the Create button. Now you have a tax lot in your portfolio. Repeat this process for as many individual tax lots that have been purchased in a particular portfolio. Now let's create a portfolio the second way, by importing tax lots. Once on the Portfolios Available page by clicking the Portfolios tab, press Import Tax Lots. You can add a new portfolio or replace an existing portfolio by clicking in the radial button appropriately. We're going to create a new portfolio. Remember, if you decide to import an existing portfolio instead of manually creating one, all of the old tax lots in the portfolio will be deleted before the new portfolio is uploaded. Select your upload type, such as Schwab Institutional, E-Trade, or Advent, and then browse and choose the file from your computer that you have already downloaded. See the Upload Education document in the Education Library to learn how to create and save digital portfolio files compatible for an upload. We will add new import template types from other institutions as our customers request, and as can reasonably be accomplished with their existing technology. Not all vendors that support portfolio management allow for the creation of compatible digital files able to be uploaded in order to create and populate a portfolio properly. Now, upload the file. When successful, go back to your Portfolios Available page and your new portfolio will have been created. Click on the Select button, and your imported portfolio and associated tax lots will appear. You may also edit your portfolio defaults from this page by clicking the Edit Defaults button. Now we want to do an ETPO analysis. You may, by clicking a tax lot's adjacent box, select at the individual tax lot level tax lots to include in an ETPO analysis. Or you may click the Select All box in order to automatically include all tax lots in a portfolio in an analysis. There may be reasons you don't wish to include all tax lots. Users will want to evaluate individual tax lots prior to any sale, especially for concentrated positions where not only alpha can be captured, but further diversification through the reinvestment of after-tax proceeds. Another feature on this page is the ability to designate at the tax lot level shares that an investor knows they wish to sell. There are many reasons to sell a stock at the tax lot level. It may be that an investor feels they have too much of something and they wish to sell a portion of a tax lot. By designating how many shares of each tax lot an investor wishes to sell on this page, also available on the succeeding input page, the ETPO analysis will rank, alphabetically, those designated amounts of shares to be sold, if any, at the top of the output ranking, taking into account their impact on realized gains and losses and before and after tax sales proceeds. Then, press Create ETPO Analysis. This page has all the necessary inputs for an efficient tax portfolio optimizer analysis to process. Investor inputs and portfolio inputs are located in the Portfolio Default section. Please carefully review all the inputs for accuracy and reasonableness, as the outputs will only be as good as the inputs provided by the investor. Remember, there are definitions available for all the inputs and outputs by running your cursor over any label. All tax lots selected and their positions will be presented in the Selected Positions in Analysis section. Again, in this section, you can designate shares to sell in a position. Please make note that a user may select the time horizon for an ETPO analysis to determine if any tax cost resulting from the sale of an individual tax lot is reasonably forecasted to be recovered over a chosen time horizon, and also to optimize a portfolio over a preferred time horizon. Shorter investment time horizons require more aggressive reinvestment rates of returns in order to recoup any tax burdens resulting from a sale. And also, make note that through the Price Targeting drop-down menu, a user may select whether to use the price-based price targeting method, in which a price forecast is held constant over a time horizon, or choose the earnings-based method, whereby price targets are a function of an earnings base, a compound growth rate, and a forecasted price-earnings multiple. Under the Selected Positions in Analysis section, each stock or company that is owned in a portfolio is presented only once, regardless of how many individual tax lots make up a position. That's because regardless of how many tax lots an investor owns within a full position, they all share a common market price, price target, highest justifiable price, dividend amount, dividend growth rate, and risk premium adjustment. See the definitions of each of these for a full explanation. And be patient as you toggle this feature, because a lot of data has to be gathered and displayed in order to support each ETPO analysis. Also, very importantly, the source of price targets may also be selected as an investor default from the input page. A price-based selection may have defaulted into the input cells, either price targets provided by Value Line or those previously saved by the user. User expectations may be modified and saved from the bottom of this section. If a user selects the earnings-based price targeting option, then they may choose to have as input defaults either their own user set of expectations at the company level or ones provided by our parent company, Dynamic Capital Management, a large-cap value manager that does detailed and quantitative research on more than 600 companies, including most members of the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. The source of expectations to be used is color-coded on the left. If a user selects Value Line as their primary price-based default source, and there is a position in a company that Value doesn't provide a price target on, and a user has saved their own price-based target, that target will be used as a secondary source price target, so identified by color. Similarly, if there is not a user expectation saved for a particular stock, when user expectations are the primary price targeting expectation source, then a price-based selection will capture a Value Line price target as a backup or secondary price target if available. Likewise, if Dynamic Capital Management's earnings-based price targets are chosen as a primary price targeting source, and no such targets are available from DCM, then again, any saved user expectations will be automatically inputted as a secondary source. Additionally, if saved user price target expectations are chosen as the primary source for price targets and none exist for a particular stock, then in the case of price-based targeting, Value Line price targets will be utilized if available. And in the case of earnings-based price targeting, DCM expectations, if available, shall be used, again color-coded on the left. If there is not a price target already available from any current source, the user is alerted, and they have the option of inputting and saving a user expectation for current and future use. Please take the time to read about the highest justifiable price input. Because of its importance in helping to evaluate whether a stock is overvalued sufficient to justify a sale when in the short-term window, and the impacts that this input has on the results, an orange input will indicate that the price inputted is 125% of the current market price, so as to eliminate this value as able to have an impact on a results set. Only when a highest justifiable price comes from a saved user expectation, where we hope some thought has gone into the value, or it comes from Dynamic Capital Management, where we know research intelligence was applied to generate the value, will a default value for the highest justifiable price be utilized in an ETPO analysis calculation. Also, you can see that there is an input for risk premium adjustment at the position level. Take the time to read the tooltip on this important feature as well. And finally, at the position level, a user may also designate how many shares they wish to make sure are sold out of a position made up of more than one tax lot. For example, an investor may own 1,000 shares of a stock across 15 tax lots. ETPO will rigorously assess in which order and out of which tax lots should a designated number of shares be sold in order to maximize after-tax wealth, sensitive to each tax lot's cost basis and purchase date. Below the Selected Positions in Analysis section, the individual tax lots that make up all the positions to be evaluated in an ETPO analysis are displayed again, where a second opportunity to designate a sale at the tax lot level may be added or modified from the previous page's inputs. If both a tax lot designation is made and a designation is made at the position level for the same company, then the designated tax lots will be ranked first and decremented from a position designation before the optimization process is commenced on the residual shares to be sold within a multiple tax lot position. In the individual tax lot section, the user may unselect a tax lot by inputting a 0 in the input cell, or again, designate a tax lot for sale. Once each of these 3 input sections has been carefully reviewed and updated appropriately, you can press Process ETPO Analysis. Depending upon how big a portfolio is to be evaluated and how many other evaluations are in process, it may take a few moments or minutes to complete an ETPO analysis. We will keep you updated as to the progress of your submission. This is the Efficient Tax Portfolio Optimizer Analysis results page. Again, every label you hover over will give a definition. This page ranks each tax lot for its relative attractiveness for sale, updated with the impact on realized gains and losses for tax lots ranked higher in the ranking process. It also displays a summary of the outputs for each tax lot. This page may be printed via a button on the upper right-hand corner. A user may also choose to add or change an individual tax lot sale designation on this page and rerun an analysis without using the alternate shares tax loss harvesting process, the standard analysis provided. Or they may rerun an analysis using alternate shares, when at the very end of the year it might be advantageous to harvest excess long-term losses against excess short-term gains as allowed, or reduce taxes for the current year by offsetting excess short-term losses against excess long-term gains, with a caution that by doing so, the hidden tax savings value of the short-term loss will be underutilized. The user may also click the Show All Columns button, where a full results set is displayed. It may take a few moments to load this page if there's a large number of tax lots to be included in an analysis, due to the large number of saved values that have to be retrieved from a database and displayed in your browser. This view is not printable, but displays a complete record of the outputs of an Efficient Tax Portfolio Optimizer analysis. Please review the results video or written document located in the Education Library, explaining in detail all the outputs provided in a results set. There's also a lot of information provided within each label's tooltip. Also, be aware that each tax lot evaluated, or partial tax lot included within a sale recommendation ranking, has a graphical picture view accessible on the left-hand side of each results set. Please review the graph videos for a thorough understanding of how to interpret the graph results. To the right of the Portfolios tab is the Stock Splits tab. By inputting a ticker and indicating whether the stock or asset is a public company or not, the user may input the number of new shares per number of old shares for a ticker. By providing such an input and applying it, all tax lots in all portfolios within a user's subscription will be adjusted. For example, a 2-for-1 stock split would have the number 2 for number of new shares and 1 per number of old shares. If a portfolio is uploaded, be careful that this manual stock split function does not double count a stock split. A user should review the impacts of a stock split on individual tax lots within a portfolio before proceeding with an ETPO analysis. Further to the right of the Stock Splits tab is the Ticker Change tab, where making a change to a ticker across all portfolios can easily be done. To the right of the Ticker Change tab is the ETPO Analysis History tab, where a history of all previous result sets are saved until deleted. They may be reviewed, shared with an efficient tax professional temporarily in order to help answer specific output questions, as all portfolios and result sets are otherwise encrypted for privacy reasons, or they may be printed for user or client review if so desired. The Expectations tab to the right is the place where users may manage and save their expectations and price targeting defaults. An ETPO analysis is only as good as the forecasts used. so a user should take the time to review each stock in a portfolio for reasonable expectations. By clicking this tab, all stocks included in all portfolios are displayed alphabetically and may be selected for review. When all the stocks chosen to be reviewed have been selected and the Edit Selected Expectations button is clicked, all chosen company user expectations will be displayed, with the option of displaying both value line and DCM expectation sets if a user has subscribed to them. They may easily be copied into a user expectation set for saving if so desired. Any changes may be saved by clicking the box on the left of each expectation set selected for updating, and by clicking the Save Selected User Expectations button on the upper right-hand corner. We also provide a Price Targeting Assist application that helps investors manage their price targets by easily calculating the results of chosen earnings bases, growth rates, and PEs. Further to the right, we have a Products tab, where a subscriber may review their payment history, and they may either upgrade their current subscription in terms of time, tax lot capacity, institutional price targeting research and technical support, or renew a subscription to commence at the end of a current subscription. Again to the right is Your Profile tab, where your personal account information may be updated. And finally, the Help tab, where you will have direct access to some of the most important education elements, our sitemap, and an option to change your password. Well, there you have it, a quick review of how to navigate the EfficientTax.com website. Please review our other education elements located in the Education Library for more complete details on other topics. Thanks for watching, and good luck in the markets.